Right now at 6, the National Weather Service confirming 2 tornadoes touched down yesterday in southwestern Wisconsin.
A historic building on the UW campus, more than 150 years old, soon to be taken down. What's going up in its place? Straight ahead.
This is News 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us. The National Weather Service has confirmed 2 tornadoes touched down in Lafayette County yesterday, one in Argyle, the other just east of Platteville, both recorded at the lowest level, which is EF0.
Although they were minor, they did cause damage, mainly to local crops, and some residents are just realizing the extent of the damage today. Our Amanda Quintana has the story.
The first tornado hit Lafayette County just east of Platteville here. You can see it hit ground on this hill, damaging a few cornfields before dying out.
3-4 acres. No, it's not a total loss out of 170, but it's not going to amount to anything either, so.
Cal Wessel wasn't home when the tornado hit Tuesday morning. He didn't even know it touched down on his farm twice until he took a ride out to the cornfields this morning.
Coming basically right straight through there. There's some down over there in that knoll too. And then we're standing over there looking. This didn't look quite right over here either.
The tornado was pretty mild, causing similar levels of damage in a couple fields in the area without the National Weather Service even knowing.
They're so briefly lived and also just so narrow and weak, so they don't show up very well on radar for us.
Leaving no time for warning.
See, they just took right off. So their history.
So the result, although minor, is still a little shocking.
But even if it does produce an ear, it's going to end up being too low to the ground, We wouldn't be able to salvage at any rate, so.
Wessel won't know how losing a combined 8 acres of crop will affect the harvest until September, but he doesn't expect a major loss and knows it could have been much worse.
Well, we had tornadoes here 3-4 years ago that did a whole lot more damage than this.
Both tornadoes here and in Argyle were very mild, recorded at the lowest level, the most common in the U.S. Near Platteville, Amanda Quintana, WISC News 3.
A tornado warning was sent out in Argyle after a local firefighter reported the tornado to the National Weather Service, but that one was also too small to come up on their radar.
And all the severe weather has come and gone now. There are, though, some alert days in the near future. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield joins us with our first alert forecast. He is in the Weather Center tonight. Dave?
Summer in full blast, especially as we head into this weekend with temperatures easily in the 90s with heat index values in the triple digits at times. So if you weren't a fan of the heat the first time it came around, you're not necessarily going to be a fan this weekend either. Live look in Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam. A little bit of sunshine, also still some clouds. Temperatures right now in the upper 70s, north wind at 5 miles per hour. That dew point in the mid 60s. Doppler track is quiet after a few spotty showers tried to form earlier this afternoon. Some other temperatures, 76 in Juneau, 78 in Watertown, 80 in Platteville, 81 in Janesville. Dew points, as I mentioned, generally in the mid 60s, so definitely a little bit on the humid side out there. Wind speeds, not too bad today, out of the north at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So this evening, partly cloudy with mild temperatures. We are falling through the 70s into the upper 60s by later tonight. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about those tornadoes a little bit more and the heat and humidity on the way over the next couple of days in your first alert forecast.
All right, thank you, Dave. Next tonight, investigators say the man accused of causing a fatal crash downtown this weekend admitted to taking LSD that night. 22-year-old Gavin Viam was given a $25,000 cash bond today in Dane County Court. The state had asked for $50,000. He's being charged with homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle and reckless homicide.
He was driving upwards of 60 miles an hour. That's the low end of an estimate that we're going to have at this point from the State Patrol. That number is likely to increase. We found 200 feet of skid marks in front of the victim's car here. That's 2/3 the length of a football field. He was traveling quite fast on one of the most used roads here in Dane County, John Nolan Drive.
45-year-old Deano McCullough was killed in the crash early Saturday. He was stopped at a red light at the intersection of John Nolan and Blair Street. McCullough had been a Metro bus driver for the last 10 years. A historic home on the UW-Madison campus faces an uncertain fate.
The Science House was built more than 150 years ago, but now stands in the way of campus expansion. News 3's Adam Duxter tells us what happened to this house decades ago that makes it so special. Adam?
Home stories come from the people that live inside of it. For the Science House at UW, the person who lived inside of it transcended the campus itself. It doesn't look like much. Its address, overgrown by vines. Its white paint, chipping. Its front porch, empty. But for years, it meant more.
It is historic, and it's as historic as Aaron Borod's studio.
For decades, a live-in artist, the home changed for his liking.
I think they put in a whole bank of open windows on the north side for him.
Neil Borod watched his dad create from this house for years. Now he tells the stories only he can.
And a lot of people would come with their ice cream cones, so he made a nice little sign that said, "Please finish your ice cream cone before coming in."
The paintings, they'll last forever. The house will not. University of Wisconsin announcing it will be torn down to make way for another building to be expanded.
Reference Thomas Aikens.
And even though his father's legacy will last, Neil Borod now knows the place where it is defined is almost gone.
It would be wonderful if it could be preserved with a plaque to my dad's memory and a little bit of history there, but I think the odds of that happening are slim.
I talked with officials from the University of Wisconsin today, and they told me that they tried to register the home as a historic property back in 1998, but even then it was in too bad a shape. No word yet on when the demolition of the home will start.
A lot of history there. Adam Duxter reporting tonight. Adam, thank you. Coffee Bites, a coffee shop on East Campus Mall, announced it'll be closing its doors on Friday. According to a Facebook post, Coffee Bites has been open for almost 10 years. The owners, John and Jean Wilson, said in the post, quote, "We were honored and privileged to work with numerous student groups and to serve some of the best loyal and fun-loving customers."
There is a new state representative serving people in parts of Dane, Columbia, Dodge, and Marquette counties. Republican John Plummer was sworn in by Assembly Speaker Robin Vos at the Capitol this afternoon.
Well, I can't tell you how humbling this is to stand up here and address you folks. This has been the most incredible experience of my life, and that's a lot, saying a lot, being a father of 4 and a grandfather of 7.
Plummer beat out his Democratic opponent to win a special election earlier this month in the 42nd District. The seat had been vacant for months after Governor Walker appointed former Representative Keith Ripp to a position with the state agriculture department. Plummer will have to run again for the seat in November's general election.
The Henry Viola Zoo continues to grow, and today city leaders celebrated the opening of a new facility to help increase capacity there. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi was on hand for the ribbon cutting this morning. The new $1.6 million facility includes new restrooms, concessions, and an outdoor patio area right near the Flamingo exhibit.
The facility is also designed to utilize natural light and ventilation. It has LED lights, so we set it up for maximum efficiency.
Says the zoo's customer base has actually increased by about 100,000 people per year, bringing it to around 800,000 visitors now annually. He says this new facility will help increase the zoo's capacity.
More than 6 miles of the Capital City Trail will be closed for about 6 weeks, starting next month for resurfacing work. A 6.5-mile stretch from Nob Hill Road to Glacier Valley Road near Fish Hatchery Road is expected to close July 9th. Crews will be replacing the asphalt surface, a process that is expected to last 6 weeks. Drainage, ADA accessibility, and signage will also be updated. Still to come tonight at 6, News 3 is teaming up with local businesses to fill the summer hunger gap.
When we come back, we'll go live to Players Sports Bar on Madison's East Side, holding a very special fundraiser tonight. We'll tell you about it next. Stay with us.
Welcome back, everyone. The Goodman Community Center sees 15% more families relying on the food pantry in the summer months.
And there are at least 300 families, in fact, at Goodman alone who struggle to keep their children fed while they're out of school in the summertime. But those of us here at News 3 are teaming up with the center, and we're hoping you will as well for our Hunger Heroes campaign. It's simple to get involved. Donate directly to Goodman Community Center or simply stop by Festival Foods, or you can stop by the Hy-Vee store on East Wash and make a donation, large or small. And tune in tomorrow to News 3. We'll have a special phone bank. It'll run from 4 until 6:30 p.m.
Here are some examples of items that are in need: cereal, mac and cheese, spaghetti, pasta sauce, peanut butter and jelly, fruit cups, healthy snacks like granola bars and tuna fish. Our Hunger Heroes campaign will run until this Saturday. And happening right now is a fundraiser at Players Sports Bar on Madison's east side. Our Keely Arthur is there with how it's working tonight. Keely?
That's right. We're here at Players Sports Bar over on the east side. They're just blocks away from the Goodman Community Center, so it was a no-brainer for them to get involved with Hunger Heroes. I have one of the people that really helped get all of this food organized, Wendy Allen. She's one of the managers here. Why help in this cause?
We are very close with the community, and we are so close to Goodman Community Center. Any chance we can get to help them out, we are more than happy. All of our customers and everybody on the east side are willing to do anything for this community, and look at how they've all come together for this great occasion.
And I know that in the fall you do something for Thanksgiving, a coat drive, but then this year you said you wanted to really do something to kind of keep things going throughout the summer when people might not be as charitable.
In the fall, we do a coat drive. We raise over $10,000. We take in more than 4 vanfuls of coats and sweaters and everything. But then we realized everybody needs something all year round. This time, we did backpacks for the kids at school, and now we're at the community center. They need to eat all summer long, too. Even when they're not in school, they need to eat all summer long, which is why we helped them come together and look at the turnout that we got.
It's incredible. And all of this food will help contribute to creating 12,000 meals for kids in our community. Come down here to Players Sports Bar tonight. They're going to have a raffle auctioning off all of this incredible merchandise. Bring some food, bring some money, have a good time, all for a great cause for Hunger Heroes. I'll send it back to you.
That is just awesome what they're doing out there. All those,
thanks to our friends there. It's amazing.
Huge piles of food going to a good cause. Keely Arthur reporting live. Players on the east side. Keely, thank you. And still to come tonight at 6, the Madison Mallards. They're off to a great start this year. We'll hear from the team's manager in sports.
Plus a busy day downtown. What to expect for tonight's concert on the square. That's straight ahead.
Mother Nature is leaving the furnace on for the last weekend of June. I'll let you know if there's any relief in sight in your forecast in just a few minutes.
Welcome back. The blankets are out on the Capitol lawn for a beautiful first concert on the square of the summer. From a traffic standpoint, however, it may get just a little messy downtown tonight with a combination of all that construction work as well as the first show and the traffic that comes with it. So maybe try to avoid downtown tonight if you don't need to be down there. If you have to go, we are told expect to experience quite a few delays.
Here's a live look right now. Folks could be
really look close. Try to
you can't quite see the blankets, but the weather is cooperating, and that's really good news. The sun is out. The concert starts at 7 o'clock, and tonight's show will feature 18-year-old Matthew Udry, an award-winning cellist from Kenosha. He is amazing, and he competed against kids all over the country for this opportunity.
No pressure, 30,000.
Can you imagine?
18 years old, 30,000 people expected. Let's turn it over to meteorologist Dave Caulfield, and thank goodness it was tonight instead of last night. It would have been a mess down there for concerts.
Yeah, thankfully. A little bit humid tonight, but that's really the only drawback. Good amount of sunshine to end this Wednesday. It's going to be really nice for that concert on the square. And yesterday we had that severe weather, and we actually dodged a bullet, if you can believe that, even with 3 tornadoes being confirmed today that happened yesterday across southern Wisconsin, because we had plenty of shear, folks. Remember, we talked about slim chances, slim being the acronym for what we need for severe weather and specifically tornadoes, but we really didn't have that much instability or energy for those storms to tap into because we didn't really have a lot of sunshine. Temperatures were only in the low 70s at best. If those temperatures were a little bit higher, things could have been a lot worse yesterday. But even so, 3 tornadoes confirmed for southern Wisconsin on Tuesday. The first one near Georgetown, winds of 65 miles per hour, max winds that is. An EF0 as well, 5 miles south of Rui with 70 mile per hour max winds. And in Argyle, or near Argyle, I should say, an EF0 tornado with winds of 80 miles per hour. That was the strongest one, but all of them fall within the EF0 range. You can see here, we didn't really get anything above 80 miles per hour. Luckily, those are pretty weak tornadoes. Some damage was reported, but it was relatively minor, so at least that's some good news. But remember, tornadoes aren't classified as far as winds are concerned. It's classified in the amount of damage that they do, and luckily that was fairly minor. Doppler track showing a couple of blips throughout the afternoon, but tonight and this evening we are looking good. So actually a little bit of rain. Don't really know why it says 76 there, but maybe a trace of rain, and that's about it for today at the Madison Airport. Our time lapse in Platteville, we actually started out with a little bit of patchy fog in spots, but then the clouds gradually slowly but surely gave way to that sunshine, and that's what we're seeing right now on our Queen Bee Radio Skycam. A few still puffy cumulus clouds out there. Temperatures across the area in the 70s and low 80s. Dew points in the 60s. So as I mentioned, a little bit on the humid side, but not too bad. Nothing to deter you from going outside and having a good time this evening and tonight. Our high temperature trend, speaking to that fact, you may want to get outside tonight because it is going to be hot and humid over the next couple of days. Alert days in the forecast for Friday and Saturday for that heat and humidity, and on Sunday for some stronger thunderstorms that could come our way. Tonight, partly cloudy, mild with patchy fog and temperatures in the mid-60s. For tomorrow, partly sunny, heat index values in the low 90s and temperatures in the mid-80s under partly sunny skies. Future track heat index, so it's going to feel likely the low 90s. Having trouble talking here, folks. Don't worry about it. It's because of this heat. I really don't want to talk about it, but it is coming our way, no matter how hard I try to stop that. And it will feel like the low triple digits as we head into Friday. Friday and Saturday going to be pretty close to dangerous heat across southern Wisconsin, so keep that in mind. Try to stay cool any way you can. As we head into next week, that heat really does not want to take a vacation. It is going to be close to 90 degrees with heat index values in the mid to upper 90s at times, with plenty of chances for showers and storms.
The hottest team in the upper Midwest does it again this afternoon. The Madison Mallards with another wild win at Warner Park. The story's coming up in sports. The Brewers have an afternoon game at Miller Park as they look to sweep the Kansas City Royals in their short 2-game series. Here's one of the best fielding plays that you'll see a pitcher make. Brent Suter grabs Alex Gordon's grounder, does one spin, keeps going, then dives to tag Gordon for the out. How about that? The Royals have a 5-1 lead bottom of the ninth when the Brewers make it very interesting. Brad Miller hits a 3-run homer. It's 5-4 with nobody out in the ninth, and the Royals bring in Willie Peralta to pitch. Yes, former Brewer Willie Peralta. He gets Ryan Braun to ground into the game-ending double play, though. Called safe by the ump at first, but confirmed by replay. Final score, Royals 5, Brewers 4. The Brewers are at Cincinnati tomorrow night. The hottest baseball team in the upper Midwest, the Madison Mallards. With last night's come-from-behind win at Wisconsin Rapids, the Mallards are off to a 22-6 start in the Northwoods League, going into this afternoon's game at Warner Park against the Rockford Rivets. Now, the Mallards missed the playoffs last year. They haven't won a league championship since 2013. But the way it's going so far, those are real possibilities in 2018. So what's been the big difference for the Mallards this year?
Well, talent, number one, but the chemistry of the club is unreal. It is probably the best team I've ever had, and that includes pro ball. I've been doing this a long time. The way this team is meshed and the talent, the confidence level, everything, it's there. It's in place.
Well, a noon start against Rockford at Warner Park. Maynard Mallard right on time, zip-lining the game ball in from right field. And then Mallard's got off to a good start. Bottom of the first, Tyler Plantier goes oppo, singles to right. Trevor Schwecke scores to give Madison the early lead. Rockford gets 4 in the second, though, to take the lead. But then the Mallards get off the deck again, a 5-run fourth. Jake Randa to left center field and deep. And it's gone. 3-run homer. It goes back and forth all game long, but the Mallards win again. The final is 14-12. Now, that game's a part of a unique doubleheader today. After the 9 innings at Warner Park, both teams hopped on their buses, and they're just about to start the second game of the day in Rockford at 6:35. They've done this before, but do you ever get used to it? Is it a good idea?
You know what? For me, both teams have to do it. So what's the big deal? It's like weather. If you're getting rain, complaining about the field, why? Both teams have to play on the same field, so I don't worry about it. This is fun. Baseball's fun.
At the World Cup, advance to the round of 16. Brazil wins and advances. Switzerland's tie gets them to the knockout round. The final 4 spots in the round of 16 will be determined tomorrow. And in the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs have promoted Becky Hammon to be one of the top assistants under Greg Popovich, with James Borrego becoming the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets. Hammon moves up the front of the bench. She's interviewed to be the Bucks head coach, of course, back in May, so we're a step closer maybe to a female head coach of a Big 4 sports team.
Probably just a matter of time with her. She was a fantastic player as well.
Absolutely.
I remember. All right, final check with Dave.
We have some pretty fantastic weather tonight with temperatures in the upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, clear skies with us as we head into tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. Highs will make it into the mid to upper 80s. It will feel like the low 90s. The heat and humidity really looks like it's here to stay.
All right, Dave, thank you. And thanks for joining us tonight on News 3 at 6.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you back here at 10.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.